What's good, guys? This is how I made $4,000 day trading the S&P 500. This is another one win and one loss day. And it's a little bit different than my regular strategy when approaching the markets. I did not trade today, and also this trade was taken on Monday. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into this. Let's not waste your time. The main draw on liquidity for Monday, because we already had these London session highs right here and these London lows and Asian session lows, because price opened so high and close to these London session highs, I was mainly targeting London highs, and then these were CPI news data highs. So a lot of my students within the blueprint, which is my one-on-one coaching with students, they already know about this, but I haven't really mentioned it too much in any YouTube videos. Essentially, news data highs are a strong draw on liquidity. So this was from CPI news data on Wednesday of the prior week, and we made these highs that had yet to be taken out. So I like to compare news data highs similar to session highs almost, in terms of strong draws on liquidity. So not only did we have these news data highs, but we also had London session highs right here that were super close to New York market open. So those were my draws on liquidity for the day that I was looking to take a trade off of. And I mean, unfortunately for us, price action was a little bit choppy this day, but it is what it is, and it actually caused me to get a little stopped out, and due to some mistakes that I made. I've been making a decent amount of mistakes within my trading. I think it's mainly because I am just getting readjusted to placing higher risk on in the market. I know that sounds stupid, but I've been so high risk on crypto and so de-risked on trading, but now I'm damn little to no risk on crypto and going high risk on trading. And it's just that change of high risk long-term, small risk short-term, to high risk short-term, low risk long-term. It's messing with my mind a little bit, and that's okay. As long as I can identify that and know that I have to improve on it, then that's the biggest thing. So market opened, we immediately come up and take out these London session highs and these CPI news data highs. And then following that, we end up making an SMT divergence. We have a high right here and then a lower high on NASDAQ. And then on the S&P 500, we don't end up taking out those news data highs, and we end up making a high, then a higher high on the S&P. So the S&P 500 was the lagging index for us for the day. So obviously I was going to want to target trades on the S&P because it was lagging behind NASDAQ. NASDAQ was the one that made a lower high. And again, if you guys don't know anything that I'm talking about in terms of these confluences, what this means, how I'm even making this money, how to understand all these charts, I just dropped a 5.5 hour long full comprehensive video from how you guys can go knowing nothing about trading to actually knowing pretty much everything that I'm talking about right here. So go watch that video if you guys don't understand what I'm saying, or you guys can just become directly my student, get literally everything A to Z, and get coached by me one-on-one by myself and other profitable coaches that are within there. I'll leave a little link in the description for that if you guys want to be mentored by me and just skip all of the hopping around from YouTube videos. So we made this 5-minute SMT without taking out these data highs, but because NASDAQ took out the data highs and we made an SMT off of that, I was assuming that ES wasn't going to take out these highs, and that was a safe assumption. So from there, once we made the SMT, this was once the macro had opened, I immediately scaled down to the 1-minute time frame, because if we took out highs and we make a 5-minute SMT, I'm willing to scale down. And my first trade, which would have been a banger entry, and this is where my emotions, yes, TJR got emotional. I know I harped super, super hard on psychology and all of these good things that we need to be good at. But yes, my emotions got the best of me on this day, because again, I'm just trying to get used to these higher risk trades. So this was pretty much what we were looking at for this first trade that ended up getting stopped out. So you're probably saying, how the fuck did you get stopped out? Let me tell you. So we make the 5-minute SMT. Following that, we get a 1-minute break of structure. For me, I'm willing to enter purely off that. Boom, I enter off the 1 minute break of structure. I put my stop loss above these highs. We rally down and we actually make equal lows. My first take profit was set at equilibrium right here. And I see us make equal lows and I'm like, oh, this is easy freaking money. We're gonna come up, we're filling this gap, and then boom, we're gonna blast through these lows because this is equal lows are a strong draw on liquidity. Even on the low time frame, like this is gonna be super easy for us to get taken out. And when I see these equal lows get made and I see how deep I am in profit, I'm literally up like, yeah, 2R. I'm like, okay, I'm high risk on this trade right now. I'm going to de-risk a little bit. I'm not moving my stop loss to break even, but I'm just putting it above these highs. Dumb decision. Never move. I should never. And this maybe you guys want to trade a different way. This is how I trade. I never trail stop losses. This was an emotional decision because I didn't want to lose as much as I was risking. And again, I have to get used to that. And I think I need to just like slowly scale up because what I was risking on this trade was just a little bit too much, I guess. And it caused me to make this emotional decision by moving my stop loss underneath these highs now, instead of keeping them above these highs. And we did end up taking out these lows, but what happened first? I get stopped out. I lose, I can't remember what it was. After moving it down to here, I think I lost like 19 grand or something like that. So this trade, boom, stopped out, L. My bias remained the same though, because we were still maintaining 5 minute bearish order flow. We were still maintaining the 5 minute SMT. And I still wanted to see equilibrium get hit. I wanted to see this order block get hit. And I also was potentially going to target these hourly lows down here. So once all that happens, I literally just wait for the next setup. And that is, boom, off of this break of structure right here. So I end up shorting again once we break structure right here. And here I'm able to put my stop loss above these highs. We finally end up taking out these equal lows and hit equilibrium. So I'm able to take partial positions here or take partial profits here. And then from there, I was able to hit second take profit. My entry was actually higher than this because I didn't get stopped out at break even when it pushed back up because I was able to take two take profits. But maybe my entry was somewhere, I don't know, somewhere over here. I don't know, but I didn't get stopped out at break even on this right here, this adjustment up. But anyways, I was able to take another set of partial profits right here that put me in profit, $4,000 for the day. And then my final take profit was set at these lows down here for a really crazy risk reward, and I ended up getting stopped out at break even for the remainder of that position. So we were able to make up for the loss with our second trade, and we were actually able to profit $4,000. I know it's not like a lot, but I mean, hey, profit is profit for the day. And I didn't take a trade on Tuesday, I didn't take a trade on Wednesday, and I didn't take a trade today. God damn, man, I really am wanting price action to get better. I really want, I really want to get that price action to be better, because if we look at price action today, I mean, shit, bro, we got our first down candle at 10:10. Like, market opened and it went up, barely down, up. Like, bro, like, this isn't how I trade. And, you know, I was talking to one of my he's actually a better trader than me. He's not online, but I was talking to this other trader, and he was pretty much saying, like, yeah, I mean, Trump's a volatile president, and I have the same theory on this. Trump's a very volatile president, and he's coming in to shake things up. So it is to be expected that all of these news and him announcing some crazy shit that he wants to change within the presidency, it's going to affect the market. But eventually, as time goes on, like, we are in the first 2 months of him being president. So we were used to a president that was chilling on the beach and not saying anything and not doing anything. Trump comes into the market and he says, I'm changing this, we're adding tariffs, we're doing this, we're doing that. The market is going to affect drastically from that. But once the market can actually like price, like understand like, okay, price is going to be reckless and Trump is going to continue to say these things, and like the economy in the news of Trump saying crazy shit over and over again stops affecting the market as much, because he's going to be doing crazy things for 4 years straight. The market isn't going to be fucking whipsawing like this for 4 years straight. I can promise you that. But right now, he's 2 months into office and he's making a whole bunch of changes, and the previous president that we had didn't really make any changes, or at least volatile changes that will affect the market like this, such as tariff news and shit like that. Because the first time Trump announced tariffs, boom, massive move. Second time he announces tariffs, it was still a big move, but it was a little bit smaller. And as he keeps announcing these crazy news, like the moves are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller until they just aren't affected at all, because we understand, hey, the president that we have is volatile and the market just straight up can't be making these drastic moves 24/7. So right now, is price action difficult to trade because of the crazy news? And Trump was speaking today, so that could have been part of the price pump. Yes, but will it last forever? No, I do not think so. So with that being said, I love and appreciate you guys. I'll catch you guys hopefully for another trade recap on Friday. Peace out.